to my channel, it's Mandy. This is a video I've been watching for a while, and I was tagged by the Fab Andre to do the 5 or 6 luxury items I can't live without. I think Eva in the City started it. She's another one of my favourite YouTubers. We can all live without these pieces, but we can't as well. That makes sense. They are different pieces in different categories. So they are handbags, I have it written down in case I forget. Handbags and SLG, makeup, perfume, shoes, jewellery and miscellaneous. So I have mine here that I use all the time, and that's why they're my favourites, my genuine things I could not live without. So the first thing is a handbag, and I don't have that big of a selection of luxury handbags, but my favourite one of all is this Louis Vuitton one that I have, I reckon, about 12 years, and it just shows you the quality. I don't know if it's the same nowadays. Some people say it is, some people say it's not, but 12 years I have this bag, and this is how I keep all my bags. This one is obviously in its dust bag up on a shelf, and it's stuffed. If you can hear the rattle, I stuff my bags with air paper, and this is, it's actually not available anymore, which is a shame, and this is the Louis Vuitton Hampton. As you can see, it's in the damier ebene, and I just love it. It's even scratched, as you can probably can't make it up because the light is not great as usual. It's just the most gorgeous bag from Louis Vuitton that I've ever bought. It was I don't know if it was limited, but it was one of those bags that they did make. It came in 2 sizes, and the inside of it is that red microfiber, and I never babied it, never really looked after it, and I just love it. After 12 years, it's still as perfect, I think, as the day I bought it. And I've sold bags over the years and to designer exchange and consignment stores and stuff like that. I don't like the monogram with the patina, the way the leather patinas. It's not for me anymore. So I had one like that. I sold it off forever. But this one, I will never. This is my investment in future in Louis Vuitton, is the damier ebene, because it's so hard to wear and endurable. So that's my favourite handbag. The next one is an SLG, and this is a Louis Vuitton as well, and it's the little clay. I think everybody around on YouTube has one of these in one of the prints, and again I have this one, I think about, I want to say about 4 years, maybe a bit more, and this is opened. This holds my car keys, my little key fob, and this is opened. If you imagine how many times a day you're getting in there with your car, and I use my car every single day, and in 4 years that has held up to everyday abuse. Stitching is perfect. The zipper is even a really, really good gold colour, so that hasn't even kind of faded. And of everything I own, that and my phone are the 2 most things I probably use more than anything, because you swap over your wallets, you swap over your bags every now and then, but this I've never swapped, and from the day I've got it, I've put my car keys in it. I did originally buy it as to put like little cards in, but I thought no, with a little D-ring on it, it's perfect for that. So I would highly recommend that one. That's the little SLG. So the next one is makeup or perfume. Now, how can you pick? Like seriously, how can you pick? Makeup, addicted to it. Perfume, addicted to. So the only thing I could think of is what one I would always rebuy. So I went into repurchase. I went into my perfumes and had a look. And it's got to be this. Now, this is the Hermes, I think I'm pronouncing it right, it's the Eau de Merveilles. And I started wearing this, again, I'd say probably about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And the reason I picked this, you know me, I'm the biggest Chanel perfume addict in the world. That's where I keep all my perfumes. And I have nearly every Chanel perfume in the normal kind of range. And I love number 5, I love number 22, but there's certain times of the year or certain things I'm doing, I will only wear perfume. For example, like Bronze Goddess, summer. Let me see, Tom Ford, I would wear his more so in the winter. But the reason I picked this is because I would wear this all year round. And no matter when it goes, when I run out of it, I just buy another one. And I have a video on my favourite perfumes, my perfume collections. And if you want to have a look at that, I'll try and link it below. But, excuse me, it will give you all the notes and everything. What I find the strongest kind of scent that comes from this is quite peppery, quite spicy, and orange is quite a strong, not strong, but when it's mixed with the pepper, it's very hard to describe, but that is my perfume that I could not live without. Always have that. The next one that we have to talk about is shoes. Now, I love my shoes, as every girl does, but I don't have a huge range of design. I don't have a Boutons. It's not something I really put my money into, is shoes. I'd be more into, obviously, bags and SLGs and that kind of thing. So, my favourite pair of shoes, because of the comfort element and the durability and price factor into it, is actually these little pair of flat Gucci pumps that I bought a couple of years back. Now, I haven't worn them a lot. I've worn them a couple of times, but they are so comfy and the quality in them is great. And what made me think that I can't live without these is when these, I won't have them anymore when they get old and decrepit looking, I'll go back and I'll get another pair of Gucci pumps because they are so comfy and I just love them. So they would be my favourite shoes until I own a pair of Louboutins. Gucci are probably the ones I can't live without. And jewellery, besides, I suppose, my wedding ring, that's going to be, obviously for sentimental reasons, my favourite piece of jewellery. But besides that, I have a small item here that I bought when I was in Dubai a couple of years back, and it's actually in 18 karat yellow and white gold. Now let me see, can I get something black to put it against so you'll see it a bit better. It's, sorry, that's my iPad cover. So that's it there. It's the Palm in Dubai, and it actually has it written on it if you can see it. And as I say, it's in 18 karat yellow and white gold. And when you're in Dubai, they're actually, in a lot of the jewellers, they kind of sell them, but they actually do them as well with like diamonds all around them, and oh, they are just gorgeous. So they're not really that hard to get, and it just reminds me of probably my favourite place in the world. Not that I've been to loads of places, but I just love Dubai for holidays, and it was kind of like a little keepsake. And every time we go back now, I just kind of buy something in the gold suit. If you know Dubai, for shopping and gold and jewellery, it's just paradise for girls, heaven for shopping and everything else. So that's, besides my wedding band, that's my favourite piece of jewellery. And the last one then was a miscellaneous, and I was like, what would you pick that you can't live without? But seriously, what could we not live without? Our phone. I'm a little bit behind everyone. I have the iPhone 6. Is it the S? No, I think it's just the normal 6. And I'm a big Apple girl. I film on my iPad. I just love Apple. I find it hard to go back to anything else. So what can we, I have a little Cavalli cover on it that I actually got in, a friend of mine bought for me in TK Maxx, which I love. And I'm very lucky, touch wood, insofar as I've never had any issues with my phone. I lost my phone on an Emirates flight to Dubai, and it was probably the most embarrassing thing because I was in business class and it got caught down behind the seat, and they phoned ahead to ask engineers to come in and remove the seat because nobody could find the phone. It got caught behind all the mechanics and but in the end, one of the amazing staff, one of the cabin crew, she literally got under the seat completely and ended up finding it. About 4 people in front of her couldn't find it. They went and rooted around for it, but they found, and I was like, oh my god, I can't go on holidays without my phone. So like that, you literally cannot live without your phone. So that would be my miscellaneous piece that I can't live without. It's terrible, isn't it? But we just cannot live. We can live without all these things, but we can't in some other ways. So that's I've been watching everyone else's 5 or 6 luxury item tags. I love watching them, and yeah, that's all mine for today. So I haven't done videos in a while, so I put one up last week, and now there'll be another one up probably the next day or 2. You get nothing from me, and then you'll get loads together. So listen guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe and like and comment and the usual, and you'll find me on Instagram under the same name, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks a mil.